to see you, man.
Good to see you, bro.
Luke, kind of. I don't know. Katia, what's up?
Jesus, dude.
Damn.
Actually,
I'm just kidding.
Hold up. I got to pin you
Sure.
quick here.
The hate.
This is what we actually needed to start the show off with this.
Are we recording?
Yeah, we're rolling.
Oh, okay.
I'm still
We're live,
finding
baby.
people in the comments.
Oh,
All right, hey,
put your mic up.
Yeah. Hi.
live from Barney's Beanery. This is Vikings Banter.
Yeah, we
Switched
changed
it
the
up,
name.
changed the name. Sorry about it. We don't care if you didn't like it. Who likes Vikings Weekly anyway? It doesn't matter. Now, we did need to start the show off with one. Luke has a reel that's popping right now. He's got a lot of hate in the
I
comments.
feel like Adam Schefter.
And then John is not even close to On Your Army.
Who's John?
Johnny Sweets.
Oh, Benedict.
Exactly.
Winter. That's who you're
Exactly.
talking about. Johnny Sweets,
Benedict
formerly known
Arnold
as.
Sweets. Yeah.
Unbelievable, bro. Where you been? Your boys in the
I
trenches
don't know. I haven't
taking
had a
grenades.
chance to respond. It got a little aggressive there. Wow.
Did you pick a new team? Are you a Bears fan now?
Still Vikes fan. Don't worry about it.
Better be.
But didn't have a chance to respond. He didn't even take the time to watch the video.
What's going on? What video are you guys talking
John, are you
about?
subscribed to Vikings Weekly? I need to make sure that you're subscribed to Vikings Weekly first. And he's frozen. Oh no.
How is he frozen already?
Oh
Yeah,
no.
he's back.
Just
How are we
early
good?
in it.
We're locked in. I don't know. Maybe it's your end.
He's got a pen.
It might have been all right. I don't know.
I got a pen. Yeah. I don't know if you guys know this, but I tend to just I got to keep track with writing notes here. That's why I'm always like writing
I like
things down that I
You're
think
organized.
pop up in
Except
my brain
not
here instead of
organized
forgetting
enough.
about it. Yeah,
Katia has a
that's
pen
why I have
and a
like the
phone.
pen and paper type deal.
I like how you're always penning stuff down. Yeah, it's dope.
It's an ADHD thing, you know. It helps me process.
That's right. Mental Health Awareness Month.
There we go.
All right. What are we going with the show? I don't know the pre-notes, so you guys start.
Improv.
Well, I mean, our first thing was the fact that Luke has a hate army.
Yeah. I'm gonna lean in. They think they're gonna scare me. I'm gonna lean in way harder now. Like now that I know how snowflake these people get, woo! I'm gonna be sending my stringent opinions left and right.
Luke, are you prepared to be the most hated man in Vikings media?
Oh, okay. I'm glad you clarified because I think there's
media.
definitely more hated ESPN and fantasy analysts, but in Vikings media, yeah, fuck it.
I
There's
actually
only a
think
few of
Vikings
us.
media right now, Ben Lieber is the most hated
Why?
because he went in on Prime this weekend.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh,
I
yeah,
missed it.
yeah. He went a little in on Prime.
Okay.
Yeah. So-
I think Luke has the ability to be the most hated because people from Minnesota are nice, so it's like they're not like, oh, blah blah, we're not gonna hate on our own, and you're not from here, so then it's like, oh well, that fucking LA kid, like yeah.
I think right now it's just the fantasy football side hating me, but I'm sure after today when I do a little doom and gloom on our Vikes, the Minnesota faithful will definitely come after me as well.
God,
Oh my
everyone's
God.
hating on us
Okay,
right now. I
so
hate it.
It's
yeah,
just me.
week 1, let's get into it. Finally, Vikings season has approached. We got Tampa Bay this week at home. Baker Mayfield. I saw a headline today that I want all of your guys' reaction to that says, "This is a must-win week 1 game for the Vikings."
Well, I would hope.
Okay, first of all, again, fucking shitty headline because I personally am in the approach that every game is a must-win game. It's we like to win games, but
Yeah.
it was very aggressive.
The Bucks suck.
I think the Bucks are better than everyone has them like, oh, they're they're going to be in the running for Caleb Williams, the top pick in the draft,
Yeah.
meaning the worst record in the NFL, and I just don't see that happening. I think they have a talented roster. Baker is obviously it's the Achilles heel. Like it's either they
But it's
go
Baker
with him.
protection too.
Baker's got some protection. Tristan Wirfs is one of the most talented linemen in the NFL. Like they've got, I'm curious to see Rashad White. I think the running game will be a little bit better. Still got Mike Evans, Chris Godwin. Like they've got
Mike
a
Evans
talented.
is out this weekend.
They're
Potentially.
discussing contract stuff, but I'm pretty sure he'll be able to play.
He has a convenient injury.
Yeah.
While negotiating contract.
Yeah, we'll see what they do with that, but
I
he's got to
love
play to
that.
get paid. So
Yeah.
I think he'll be out there. We got to prepare like he's out there regardless. Even if not Chris Godwin, but also our defense can't stop much.
We don't know that yet, though. The Brian Flores defense, I have a lot of hope in.
Yeah. No, I mean, that's all we got right now because the personnel is not pretty, but yeah.
We got hope and prayers for sure with the
Oh,
defense.
yeah. No, trust me. I want more than anything. I was so excited when we got Flores. So I'm excited to see what a Brian Flores defense looks like. with the lack of personnel.
So with that, how can this defense, in what we know about Tampa Bay and Baker and the line that is protecting Baker, what can a Flores defense expose?
I mean, it's just going to be Baker. Make Baker beat you. If Baker beats you, you didn't deserve to win. The guy makes mistakes. He's got that Brett Favre mentality of, I'm going to sling it downfield. You know, you show him some, hey, look, that guy's open, but really he's covered, you know, some trickery. And that's what Brian Flores does well. He hides who's blitzing. I'm very excited to see all those schemes. I think this is actually it's almost like a tune-up match. Like, if you can't beat the Bucs, you're not really as good as you think.
Yeah.
But they're not so good that, you know, you're going in like, shit, I hope we win. Like, we should win this game handily. And I think we do win the game. I just think it'll be closer because usually the Vikings play to the level of their competition, which is the biggest nightmare against bad teams, because you're oh, we should mop this. And then in the third quarter, you're like biting your nails and wanting to kill somebody. At least that's how I
Job, what's your take?
My take is the Bucs are really bad. I can't think of. Let me see. I got the Rams. I got the Colts, Raiders, and Cardinals that are worse than the Bucs. So pretty bad team. But it's week 1, so please pump the brakes, Vikings fans, if we look really bad on defense, if it's a struggle, if it takes a little bit for Kirk to get going.
That? You're okay with us?
I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. See, Kirk has struggled earlier in the year in past years, so let's remember that. It's going to take a little bit for the offense to get rolling with Addison kind of, you know, he's a rookie. We're still trying to make sure that gels. It's like we haven't had zero snaps in the preseason.
No. If you're Justin Jefferson level, like star power, like Addison is trying to be, and he's trying to have this like swaggy broship with him, I need you to come out rolling.
Well, and he takes so much the heat off of Addison.
Yes.
Addison is going to be literally playing against like the 3 or 4 best cornerback on the field every time, because Justin Jefferson's double teamed everywhere he goes this year. He should have the most receiving yards in all of football, like just rack it up.
Yep.
And so if Addison doesn't play well, we should like cut him week 3.
We're not cutting him. We're not cutting him for
I mean,
4 years.
Give
we still have Jalen Rager.
This is the thing.
We're not cutting
I think
Addison.
Addison's going to come out flying. I think he's going to be a perfect addition. He's actually a step up from what we had with Thielen, and it's going to work out well.
We still have Hawkinson, too. He soaks up targets. Madison's going to be a little receiving
back.
This
week.
If he doesn't play, I'm with LJ on the cut everybody train, because this is bullshit.
Really?
He's got a headache. Shut up.
No, wasn't he just doing all that just to get his money?
He got his money.
He was just dragging his feet.
But he got his money.
But now he's got to spend a little bit. You got to take some time off.
Yeah.
Spend a little
You
cash.
Got to spend some time on the field is what he's got to spend. Bullshit.
John, what is your approach to how this Flores defense can expose Tampa Bay?
My take on it is we're going to start really, really slow on defense. It's going to be weeks and weeks before we finally get gelling.
And I think we're terrible.
I'm frustrating. It's frustrating to kind of go with that angle, but it's like you got to be aware that they're going to have growing pains with this defense, like no doubt about it. But I think we finished better than we finished last year. It's just going to suck early on. So just keep that in mind, guys. It's going to suck. No. I think we're going to – it will. It will. That's the thing. It will. It's like we're going to pressure the quarterback in some exotic different ways. We're going to have – we haven't even seen Danielle Hunter at all in the preseason. It'll be exciting what he does with – Ivan Pace, because Ivan Pace had a ton of sacks as a linebacker at University of Cincinnati. Remember now, he was an All-American. So I'm excited what we do with Pace and Hicks and all, like the combination of those guys, and Asamoah as well. So that'll be fun to see. But I think it takes a while for us to get going. That's just like common sense. You're not going to see a coordinator come firing right out of the gate, right?
I mean, why? We're in the NFL. Like, do your job.
The other side's in the NFL too, and Todd Bowles is a good defensive coordinator. They have they still are stacked on defense. They got our beautiful, great kid, Antoine Winfield Jr.,
who might be out this week.
Everyone's gonna play.
Is that right?
I'm under the impression everyone plays, everyone shits on us. We're this is what happens.
I think a lot of points get scored. I'll tell you that right now. I think if you were to look at the play for that game, I would say the over would be the lean right there. I would stay away from the Vikings points or anything like that. I think we take the W, but I think it's closer than most people think. And I think there's a lot of points scored, and it's going to be that exciting game that we come out on top at the end.
I think we're the type of team this year, though, you can take the over and we're gonna win these games. I
Oh,
think
yeah.
we have
Right.
so much firepower. It's good.
Mhm.
Even if our defense sucks, which I actually don't think they will. It's just very unknown, right? Like our cornerbacks
Right.
are unknown, our linebackers are unknown. Our team let a lot of people just walk, but that might because they know what we actually have in the youth, right? It's tough to say that, but I have to trust like a Brian Flores to come in, clean house a little bit, but also find gems in that and say, this is
Yeah.
all I actually need.
That's true.
I trust Flores over the next however many years. Hopefully he's with us for a decent run and he doesn't just, jump at a head coaching offer or something like that next year or the year after. Yeah, I want to see how he develops these guys. I'm really excited for Marcus Davenport. I like that signing. I want to see what he can do with a prove-it year. Luis Seen looked good in preseason. I was like, okay, here's that explosive, violent safety. I want to see how Harrison Smith can coach those guys up and mentor them. So, and by the way, on record, Ivan Pace, how exciting. We talked about him pre-draft.
Mm-hmm.
He ended up being undrafted to, of all teams, our team, and now he's our starting middle linebacker and been calling the plays with the green dot on his
It's
helmet
crazy.
for all of preseason. It's
Unbelievable.
like, this is our kid.
Yeah.
It's insane.
He's
Well,
he's
so
a
excited.
Okay, so
legit
along
player
those
and a
lines-
legit stud.
I
Yeah.
might get his jersey, but then he'll
Oh.
die. So
Along those
maybe I
lines,
shouldn't.
week 1 against Tampa Bay, who is going to be the breakout Viking of this game? John
Ooh.
or Luke?
I'd have to go with Addison. I think they double. God, it just keeps falling. They keep doubling Jefferson, and we're gonna find Addison wide open a large majority of the game. And I think you got to keep an eye on the rook.
Yeah,
Okay.
I
I
Addison-
think they're afraid of Jefferson to come out and beat them, and that's how you strategize against the Vikes, is to try to neutralize Jefferson and make other guys beat you. And I have enough faith in Addison that he comes firing right out of the gate. But I don't know. Well, a comment here real quickly. Flores to me is the best defensive coordinator we've had since Mike Tomlin. Disagree?
Yes.
Agree. What do you guys think?
Yeah, absolutely. That's what I think of when I see Flores coming in town.
I look at these guys. We got Leslie Frazier, Fred Puggich, George Edwards, Ed Donatel. It's like,
don't even
wow.
say his name.
We got Brian Flores, who was a head coach in this league, killing it, man. Like, I think I'm super excited for the season. I think that our defense is vastly improved. I think we finished top 20. But again, it's going to take a minute. It's not going to be like an immediate
top
change.
20 defense?
We were 28.
Top 20 defense.
But top 20 means lower third.
You want to get back. That's where we're incrementally leaning towards. Like,
We're a
we
top
had
5
bad-
I mean, that's
So
pretty
let's
like
say we're the
glass
top
half
20.
full when you're literally saying
you have-
we're going to end up in the bottom third of the league.
That's what's
But
expected.
what
that's
saying,
what we
top
need
20.
to be successful with
That's
our
realistic
offense.
expectation this
No,
season.
it's not.
Oh,
First
yes,
of all,
it
it's not
is.
realistic expectations, but
Realistic
I
is
did see-
30th. That's like the realistic go.
Oh my
target
God,
right
y'all
now.
are haters out
bad.
here.
Wow.
With
Dude,
Daniil
honestly,
Hunter,
I don't care how
Daniil
big of an
Hunter,
army he has. Just come at him.
Yeah.
Dude, fuck this kid.
I'm a one-man army. What do you mean? I'm Jon Snow with the sword.
Also,
Let's
Luke,
go.
You're new to this, but this is actually what happens every single week during the season. Is like LJ and I are super optimistic.
That's good. I like it.
Before,
Yeah.
and then come Sunday, I'm like, fuck this.
Yeah, you're
I'm
ready
over.
to cut Addison week 3, and I'm the doom guy.
No, because I think Addison is. Well, I did like his take that I think Addison's the breakout star.
Yeah.
I do think that I'm not going to say he's going to come out as hard as like Travis Hunter did in college football, but I
Oh.
think he's going to have like a little bit of sizzle where people are going to go like, oh shit, the
We got a
Vikings
favorite,
might
yeah.
have the best duo in the league.
Well, we should.
After like week 2 or 3, I think it'll be pretty obvious that that's what's actually
They
happening.
complement each other.
Yeah.
Is also the thing. It's not, like what Addison does well is going to help Justin Jefferson. It's not like a power struggle where Addison's taking the deep routes and they're mixing up routes. It's like he's going to take those under routes, the multiple option routes. Those are going to be, but also those are difficult because a quarterback and wide receiver have to get on the same page. That is so much chemistry that like Thielen had, but his just body started failing him. But those little like, oh, I went this way, you threw that way. That's the stuff that I think could be a little sketchy in the beginning. But I think the first game, my breakout is Madison. You got Addison, I got Madison. We got the Issons.
Okay.
He's sat behind Dalvin. Like, it's not like a rookie coming in, not ready to,
He's had a great
he's
career
not-
with the Vikings so far.
Yeah, he's up to NFL speed. Now it's his time. Like, we got rid of a kid who's been a Pro Bowler 4 of the 6 years he was with us, and
Right.
2 years were due to injury. So the entire time he was there, he was succeeding. Now it's your turn. you got to come out strong. Start to lead the way on the ground. Take some pressure off Kirk and Justin Jefferson.
The social team
If
put
he
you on
can
the
come
cover
out.
of Twitter. You have to
Did
come
he?
out.
That's awesome.
That's when the whole Delvin thing was like a nightmare.
Yeah. He was one of. Yeah,
he was one of the players
Yes.
that was on the top
Oh.
cover photo, and they were like, "Oh, well, clearly
Well,
Delvin's
Dalvin's
not
gone.
coming
Yeah.
here."
But look, like Addison's been this crazy player that like when he's on the field, there was so Madison would always be this player that when he would carry the ball, you'd be, oh shit, that wasn't Delvin.
Yeah.
But it looked
Yeah.
They
just
looked
like
exactly the
Delvin.
same. Yeah, exactly.
Every single time. You couldn't tell
Mhm.
running style, the
Just a
way he
little
would
smaller.
catch. All of it was very similar.
Yeah.
It could call it the hair and all that stuff, but he's so underrespected. For him to be able to walk into a game now before it starts and know, like in his heart, like I'm the fucking
I'm the
guy
guy.
today.
Yeah.
That ego trip's a good thing
Oh,
in
it's huge.
sports, and I
Yeah.
think that's gonna go really far for him.
I agree.
What I think is going to be interesting that we will definitely have on display, like you talked about with the chemistry, specifically with the receivers and Kirk, is the difference between what we had with Kirk and Diggs was that like clearly Diggs in particular did not like Kirk, which is why
Diggs
their
takes
chemistry-
everybody though.
Sure,
And
yes.
he didn't like Thielen being the guy.
Right.
Yeah.
But what we saw last year was like Justin Jefferson's coming in as a rookie, trusting his quarterback, which was cool, and then like them having that great chemistry that resulted in a great season for both of them. It'll be interesting to see what the summer has looked like. As Justin Jefferson being a second year, having probably a little bit more ego, definitely a lot
Fourth
more
year.
ego. Fourth year.
Time flies.
Where am I at?
You're at Barney's Beanery in West Hollywood, right off of Santa Monica Boulevard. Your brain is in
dominant years.
space right now.
You're juicy. What?
Yeah. First
my God,
year
you're
was
right.
yeah.
No,
'Cause he's breaking
this is
Randy's
his first
records
year
now.
as being identified as the probably the best player in
Yes.
the NFL.
Yes.
Sure.
And so that's
Yeah,
a
he's ranked
hard
2
thing
on the 100,
to go
the top
like
100 list. They love him.
But has Justin Jefferson brought Addison in with their crew and been like, have they like been?
Oh, it's
at
going to
the
be a
cookout?
buddy comedy. Oh, they've
That's
been
what I'm
they've
saying,
been out
like,
together.
have
Yes,
they?
they had to.
Not
have been.
not Justin Jefferson with Kirk is my point.
Oh, well, I don't think Kirk gets
you
invited anywhere.
You see Kirk's his stash,
Yeah.
his goatee.
I know,
He's
I should
coming
have.
out. He's ready to bang. He's not
Mm.
messing around. They're for sure just trolling him in the locker room, like yo, this would look really dope, and he's going for it.
It's
He's
just
got
a-
the chains.
yeah.
He's got the stash. Kirk's ready to go.
Patronizing him just like Kirk
asked
O'Chains.
Kirk, they're like, "Hey, Kirk, do you want to go out this weekend?" And he's just like, "I'm married, guys. I'm married." You know, like that's his
Gotta ask,
response.
what is Katie?
It's like
Gotta
they
ask
already
his
they know
wife.
better than
Julie.
to ask him
Julie.
to go out. You know,
He doesn't go out. No.
John,
No.
is Julie Cousins your celebrity crush?
celebrity. Yeah, it's so funny to me, like the snaps that she has, and it's just like the cutest life. That it's like
Wait, you follow her on Snapchat?
just so like simple mind or not snaps. You know what I mean, like Instagram.
I was
It's
just
like,
wondering. You'd be
it's
like,
like
oh,
we were
dude,
about to
cutest,
break some
most-
news.
she's a great
It's like
stat follow.
simple-minded life. Like they're out there playing the guitar in their backyard with like, you know, they have like a concert and stuff.
Yeah,
like
like their
that.
church
And
group
it's
is
like-
out there like at a barbecue.
and it's
yeah.
like the kids are dropping compost off at the local compost drop off, and it's just funny. It's so funny to me, you know what I mean? And it's like Diggs has this more flashy lifestyle. It's like Addison's out there speeding with the Lambo, and it's like Kirk's in the backyard with the kids dropping like compost off, you know, like that. It's just such a huge contrast. Like they just
Yeah,
have
I like it though.
different- Yeah. So that's why it just cracks me up seeing these Instagram stories of what they're doing and like the Kirk Cousins football camp and everything. Like it really warms your heart seeing these types of things. Kirk
Fuck that.
is living a very
Get me back to
wholesome
the playoffs. I
lifestyle,
don't give a
you know?
shit about his backyard with his kids. You can do that
Exa-
shit when you're retired. Enough with
Yeah,
this
it's like
Tuesdays off
Diggs
thing. Get
doesn't
back in the
have.
fucking gym.
When are you gonna see a
35.
snap with Diggs in the backyard with the kid? You know what I mean? It's
clipping
just
that.
not happening.
Yeah.
That'll be your next rant. That'll be
Great.
that'll be your next
I'm
army
gonna get
rant.
the army.
See,
of
this is the
Christians
thing.
coming at
The
me
only
next.
party Kirk's getting invited to this year is the party in the end zone that's going to happen week after week with Jefferson and Addison. It's going to be a buddy comedy in the end zone every single week this week.
But what's cool is
New
he's getting
dances,
invited.
new
He's
fun,
getting
and he
invited
gets
to the
invited to
end
that
zone.
party.
He gets
As
invited.
long as he
think
runs
the
down the
gritty's
field quick
getting
enough.
old, you guys. I think they're going to find something new. Yes, you can do the gritty whenever you want to, but I'm starting to get a
Oh,
sense
they're
that
gonna
the
get
gritty
something
is
new.
kind of like
Played
it's
out.
like
Well,
the
other teams
dab.
are taking
It's
it, too.
time has run out.
Everyone's stolen it.
Yeah,
it's
everyone's
bullshit.
stealing it. Yeah.
Yeah, after I think you killed the
It's on
gritty
Fortnite.
like last time you came to LA in
True.
Barney's when you did that
Thank
little
you.
dance.
Yeah, that was great.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think that was the end of it. You
What I'm not
officially-
looking forward to, and I say it every year, well, the last couple of years, is there's nothing more irritating to me than when the defense on the opposing team does something and then does the skull chant. Like, it's just like part of our soul.
But that pisses us off, especially
Does
at home.
it?
Like we
Yeah,
get
I
to
guess.
start at
It's just,
home
like,
at
annoying.
least. But yeah, you want to do the skull or you want to do a gritty. Watch what's gonna happen. They did it last year. Mike Gesicki did
that's
it.
true. That was
Basically ended
funny.
his career. Now he's stuck in New England as a backup.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I wear my Vikings hat
out,
out here in Denver, I'll have people walk up to me in the grocery store and be like, "School, school," like trying to
That's
mock
so
me,
annoying.
or like try to mess with me. They're like, "School Vikings," stuff like that. I get that quite a bit. It's actually quite shocking
That
to
is
wear
actually
Vikings
shocking.
apparel.
I mean, it could be a little bit to do with your face and just your general demeanor. Maybe they're just trying to hype you up, and they're trying to connect
They
with you.
think you're sad.
That
They're
could
like,
that
"Oh,
could be
let's
that
cheer
could be
this
part
guy
of it
up."
too. But it's
They're like,
definitely-
oh, look at
it's
that little
definitely
kid
like
over
a-
there. Like, he likes the skull chant.
Well, we get
Yeah,
Denver
they-
this year, so
Yeah.
that's your chance.
It's true.
Skull back at them.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay,
super
well, let's-
excited for
What's
the
your score prediction this week?
Yeah,
Minnesota
score
at Denver. Score prediction. Let's go. I think the Bucs score a lot more points than we're anticipating. Like I said, I think it'll be something like 31-28 Vikings.
Baker's
that's
got
not
like a
bad.
long ball touchdown in him somewhere for this game.
Yep.
I think.
I think
yeah.
we're going to have some blown coverages. It's going to be a frustrating type of defensive output, but I think we get it done. We got the
Lewis seems to be
kicker.
better
We
than
got the
this.
offense.
Seems gonna light someone up and
31-28.
get thrown out of the game. That's my
Lewis
fear.
Scene's, I do
Gonna
predict that
light
Lewis Scene
someone
has like
up.
some turnover thing happen, whether he
A big
hits somebody,
fumble,
fumble,
yeah.
or a pick.
That's
I
your
could see
breakout star of the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, for
Cool.
sure.
Love it. LJ.
I do enjoy that.
Score?
The score is going to be 45-27.
Jeez.
Wow.
Kirk is going to be the first quarterback of the Vikings to go over 5,000 yards in a season.
I like it.
Luke.
Sexy. 28-24 for me.
Woo.
I think we let them take a lot of yards and then we lock down in the red zone a few times, but it's going to be those like pressure drives where they're like, fuck it, we got nothing to go for. 4th down, let's go.
I
And
love
we're
that.
going to stop them a couple times on stuff like that. 28-24.
Okay, I didn't come prepared with this score. I'm not gonna
You
lie.
just got to make it up
let
as
me
you
just
go.
Find a number. All right. Let's do some math here. I mean, I like a 28. I'm thinking Tampa Bay 28, Vikings 41.
See? Love it. Big
Wow.
points.
Yeah.
Love to hear big
But
points.
we all agree garbage defense because we're all
Yeah,
in the
well,
high
we
20s.
all know what we're doing here.
You know,
You
I
guys
picked
talked
the-
me
I
into
picked
it.
the
You
lowest
talked me-
defense.
I was thinking 45-3 coming into it, but you guys talked me into it today.
They
And
got-
so I
LJ.
blame the 27
they
on
have
you.
Good players.
Cut-
We'll
hey,
get a
LJ, one
45-3
question
in
here
this
for you.
season.
What?
If Cousins goes 5,000 yards,
Yeah.
and in what world does JJ not have 2,000? You know what I mean?
No, I think
Like
that's the
JJ has
we gotta get him
2,000
at
if
2,000.
Cousins has
JJ
5,000.
for sure gets 2,000 yards this season. That's a
2K.
guarantee.
Like,
The real
that's an
question is
NFL
Addison
record, you
also
guys.
gets 1,300.
I don't know about
him and
that.
Hawkinson
I just think
split.
there's too many mouths to feed in that backfield. Like we want Chandler and Gaskins involved, and I don't know.
We do not want them.
What are we
involved.
talking about, dude?
I'm
We're going to
skeptical
air it
about
the
Addison.
fuck out.
Madison,
Air raid
excuse me.
offense?
This, like, Madison is going to be lucky to get a handoff like
He's
10
gonna
to
get
12
dump
times a
offs.
game. Lucky.
6 catch dump offs. That's
Yes.
and then 12 carries. That's what we want.
We're bombing it this year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love
Right.
it.
No,
yeah.
I
We're a
agree.
passing offense. We like to air it out. We have
We're
a
a top
ton
five
of
offense,
weapons out
easy.
there. I think Jalen Naylor's another underrated guy. That's our 4th receiver. You're going to see
I
some
love
of
it.
him.
Hold up.
Excited
PJ
about that.
Osborne's our 4th receiver.
Third. He's
Oh,
our
he's
third.
okay.
He's going deeper
That's
than
what I'm
that.
saying.
And I was
guys that are
saying,
never
it's like
playing.
See,
we're
and in
gonna
my
have
head, I was
four
thinking
receiver
Hawks number
sets.
3.
Oh yeah, no, it's a different position.
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
They've been hiding Jalen Naylor. They've been hiding Daniil
Yeah,
Hunter.
that's
They've
it.
been
We're hiding.
all these guys like Lewis.
Hiding
You're going to see the
himself.
3 safety sets with Bynum, Scene, and Smith. That's going to be an exciting wrinkle. I love that pace. They're going to send the house with Pace and
Yep.
Daniil Hunter. We're going to see some stuff on defense that we've
It's gonna be
never
really
seen.
cool.
I love it. All right, well, let's look ahead to the season. Just briefly, we talked about off camera how shitty our schedule is. We got to turn around and go to Philly a Thursday night right after this. But what are the 3 things that you're looking forward to that we can look forward to? Positive.
Positive. I am
this season.
excited. So the 3 things I'm excited for are what we've touched on. What can our receiving core do to help JJ reach that 2,000-yard mark? Would be the first NFL player or first wide receiver in NFL history to reach 2,000 yards. Hawkinson, Addison, young, going to be open. These guys know how to pull coverage down. Got to open it up for JJ. So that's one. Two, what does our new running game look like? Madison lead dog, great O-line. It's time to replace Dalvin.
Is that really a question though? Just like you said, like I think Madison's done enough with the Vikings to prove that he's like
in a
there's
backup
not a question
role.
mark.
Now it's his.
No.
Can you handle the 20
but
touches
Dalvin
a game?
was hurt so often with the Vikings.
And still got
like,
4 Pro Bowls.
It sucks though. Dalvin was like a
anytime he gets the
distraction
ball.
for the play caller though, because
you got to get him
it
involved.
was confusing because you're like, this is a great talent. So, but so then we just gave him these weird, like literally like shotguns. Like, what do you even call that?
I mean, look,
just draws. Yeah, he was just getting draws. It was the stupidest thing ever.
Counters,
just to like make him happy.
Yeah, I mean, when you're paying your running back $9 million, $10 million, you have to get him involved. Now the pressure is off to do that, but it also comes with like Dalvin was one of the top 7 running backs in the NFL for the last 5 years. Madison doesn't immediately plug in as a top 10 running back. He's got to earn his way up the charts. He's probably mid-level right now, but can he enter that top 10 conversation and be a game changer?
With our,
I just think
matters.
I just think Kevin O'Connell, like Big Cock, he's just not even able to know the running back's name. Like he doesn't know his running back's first name.
He better fucking know his name.
So he's just gonna be like, nah.
You know what's actually messed up? He does know his name, but they call him Alex Madison, which is hideous. Alexander is like a regal old Viking style.
Yes.
Alexander Madison is like
put some respect on that name.
That's a founding father
like
of the
Birdman said.
Alex is weak.
Right.
Yeah, I don't even know who that is. If they were like Alex Madison, they're like, that guy's not on our team.
Right. Yeah. Like every single female in Minnesota has been cheated on by an Alex. Like it's a bad thing.
But no Alexander has ever cheated. They're stand-up gentlemen.
No. He's like a brother-in-law. You're like, dude, I look up to him.
My man Alexander.
And then third, what does a Flores defense look like? He handpicked this squad. To me, it doesn't look good on paper, but let's see him coach it up. This guy, if I were to hand over an unknown defense to any coordinator in the league, I'm giving it to Brian Flores.
That's right.
So I'm excited to see those 3 big things, and that's going to be our year.
John, top 3 things to look forward to this season or be concerned about. You can go either way.
Sure. Yeah, I guess number one, the exciting thing is adding Jordan Addison. It's like Thielen definitely was regressing. He was on his way out. Got rid of Cook, also regressing. I think we're a little bit more concerned about the shoulder than we thought or led on to believe. I know he had some surgery in the offseason. So, yeah, so the main thing is, so number one, let's stay focused here. Addison unraveling, how should I say this? Unwrapping himself as the number 2 receiver, going to get a ton of targets. Going to be exciting to see where he's at. Number 2, I'm going to say is our new defensive look, like Luke mentioned, Brian Flores. We're going to see a lot more like bend but don't break, but I also see us like setting the house a lot more. We're going to be blitzing a lot more than Donatel ever did, and we're going to have those corners pressing at the line of scrimmage. So you could see that Flores doesn't like those smaller corners like Duke Shelley. We didn't bring him back. So we're going to have like the bigger bodies matched up on the outside, like a Caleb Evans, Brian Murphy. We're going to have more pressing stuff that like Zimmer used to do. And then number 3, I would say is, this is Kirk's final year with the Vikings. And I think you're going to see him really show out, and he's going to get a big money contract to go somewhere else. So I guess kind of those 3 things is Addison, coming out as a rookie receiver, Kirk putting, his signature. I think this is going to be his signature season. And then the third thing, like I said, Brian Flores is crazy defensive fronts.
Okay.
Love it.
You going to Super Bowl or bust for the Vikings this year? That's usually a prediction, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that
usually works out well
Kirk Cousins has 5,000 yards throwing.
Mm-hmm.
Justin Jefferson has 2,000 receiving.
I do think he gets Offensive Player of the Year this year.
Kirk Cousins.
No, I think Jefferson would give it. You can't.
We
Again?
don't respect Kirk.
Again?
Yeah.
I would never do
Kirk
it.
Cousins being the MVP. Remember last year when they were like, he's in the conversation?
Yeah, and then
the
Cowboys
I can't
game
see that
happened.
happening. That would be too odd of a redemption story.
That means every other quarterback died in a fire.
Yeah.
Oh, that's sad.
And then I want to see Danielle Hunter have 12 and a half sacks.
That's it?
Right?
Pump those numbers
What
up.
do you
Those
think
are
he
rookie
actually can-
numbers. I think we need him to get us a solid 15, 16 sacks. If we're going to be a fearsome defense, he's got to be back in that elite
Is that
category.
possible from
Yeah,
him?
right.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh,
What is he
definitely.
normally at?
When he's on his game, he's like a 16, 18 guy. Like he's
I think Donatel didn't know how to use. Donatel had no idea how to use.
How many
How to
sacks did
use,
he have
uh,
last year?
Daniil Hunter. It was like 10 or 12 or something. Is that right? It wasn't a whole lot, but it's like it's sort of like you have this huge driver in your golf bag, but you like never use it. You know what I mean? Like that's
10
what
and a half last year.
Okay.
With Za'Darius on the other side also helping out, take off the pressure.
So 16 and a half would be more optimistic of like being
14
good.
and a half is his career high. He's done it twice. So, but we also have one more game now this season with 17 games. If we're going to be a fearsome unit, he needs to be in that 15, 16 sack category, unless he's just getting double teamed, tripled, chipped every game. But then somebody else like Marcus Davenport will have to step up with 10 at least.
Then I'll change my prediction to 15 and a half sacks. I want him to add one.
Fair.
Yeah.
If anyone unlocks Daniil Hunter, it's Brian Flores.
Right?
You just got to get him motivated again. The guy's one of the best talents in the game.
I think. Correct me if I'm wrong, but John is really kind of the only gambler of the crew, right?
I don't really. Yeah, sure.
Wait, what do you mean? You always have the numbers. So,
Sure.
Where's the money at this week 1 around the league? Like, who do we got to take? Where's the money at?
Jeez, I haven't even looked at that. I was just looking at Super Bowl odds to see who would.
The Vikings have the third worst.
We're really low. We have like the Bears are ahead of us. There's a higher chance of the Bears and the Lions to win a Super Bowl.
I think DraftKings this morning, we have the third worst.
How are we so undervalued in this?
It doesn't make sense.
We've added a lot of good things.
No one looks at the Vikings. I think it's just because we're from Minnesota. In this market, it's just a smaller market. There's definitely a Minnesota bias. You can look at that all over. Like team, like the way they talk about everything from the Twins, the Timberwolves, like what happened with Carlos Correa in the offseason, what's happening with Anthony Edwards now that he's tearing up the World Cup, the FIBA World Cup. It's like you can see there's a clear anti-Minnesota bias across the legacy sports media. And so no one gives us any credit. No one looks at us as a team. We had an insane amount of win totals last year, but yet we're considered bottom of the barrel. Everyone looks.
It's crazy not to think of us as a top 10 team this year.
We have the best wide receiver in the league. We have arguably one of the top 3 tight ends.
I get that, but top 10, you're still in the playoffs, like fucking around.
Well, it's because the NFC North is getting a ton of respect for the Lions, and
they're sucking the Lions off. The Lions suck.
But this is the thing: we will for sure sweep the Bears and Green Bay this year.
I think the Bears get us. Green Bay, we're going to nothing will be more enjoyable in my NFL career outside of us winning games than watching Green Bay suck asshole this year.
Green Bay stinks this year.
Aaron Rodgers crush in New York.
Right.
Like, you disrespected this guy. Look, I've hated him for fucking 15 years. Now I can finally be like, oh, thank God I can watch this guy with like a glimmer of like, that's nice. And he's going to take Dalvin with him, you know?
And Dalvin's going to have some nice little shine.
They're going to be
for
good
sure
together. But Green Bay is just going to sit there with Jordan shitty ass Love. That's his nickname, by the way. I don't know if you know
they've totally lost their identity without Rodgers.
They have no idea what they're doing. They've got an
it's a weird
offensive
team.
line,
I think they finished
decent
last.
defense. Coach, everyone's going to turn on Matt LaFleur. They suck. 2 overhyped receivers.
Right.
This team's going to do nothing.
They think they have like the new big dick in the league, but they actually
like,
just have
Christian
a butt plug.
Watson had 3 good games. Look how good this guy is. Draft him in the second round of fantasy. Fuck you. Jordan Love sucks. That's why he couldn't get on the field this whole time. He didn't do shit in preseason. They're going to win 5-6 games this whole season. I just hope they find a way to win a couple so that they don't get Caleb Williams.
Luke, how do you
That's
really
my only
feel?
fear.
Right.
Romeo Dobbs is their number 2. It's really laughable as that squad.
I actually like both of them. I just don't think Jordan Love can get the ball to them. They got 2 running backs, but they were also in the Jonathan Taylor. They just tried to make a bid on Jonathan Taylor, and they said they were going to pay him. Well, you got 2 running backs you don't know what to do with. Now you want a third? Like,
Aaron Jones and Dylan, and you want Taylor now? It's confusing. It's strange. It's what it is. Yeah.
Yeah. They don't have an identity yet.
I love it how they think it's the Favre Rodgers scenario.
Yeah.
But like Favre was actually bothered by Rodgers.
Yeah.
And Rodgers didn't give a shit about Love. Like the first
No.
year, okay,
Yeah.
he was like,
No,
"What the
not at
fuck are you
all.
guys doing?"
Yeah.
But after that, he just started doing
He was the
ayahuasca,
first
hiding in the
round
dark.
pick.
He's like, "Dude, no one can steal
Not
this
showing
shot from
up to
me."
training camp.
Yeah.
Look at him now. First year with a new team, he's at like you see it on Hard Knocks. He's
Yep.
like enthused. He's part of every meeting.
At a
He's like
different
he's
lunch table. every
begging to
day.
be in the
Yeah.
preseason. Got in on that one preseason game. He's going heads up with Jihad Ward. Like he's engaged in a team that he didn't give a fuck about. The team that drafted him.
Well,
you
because
know.
it gets boring. You have to go to Green Bay like year after
and
year,
they're
and he's just like,
disrespecting you. They
Yeah.
don't ask
Right.
you about hires. They don't draft you any receivers. They draft a quarterback in the first round. Like get the fuck
yeah.
out.
And the only
All
thing
right,
they have to
so-
say is like, "But the cheese curds," and he's like, "Dude, I fucking get it. Shut the fuck up. Your town sucks."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do they win?
Great to
Do they
hear.
win the AFC East, LJ? Luke, what do you guys think?
Ooh, that's
No,
Jets.
dude.
No.
I think
I-
they're 1 year away
Jets,
from that.
Jets will still Jets.
So
you
the
know?
wild card
Bills.
or what? You see him sneaking
Yeah.
in the wild card, or is that what's
Absolutely.
happening?
Yes.
Yeah, Bills still win that division.
Jets
Everyone's
will
kind of
still
overlooked
Jets.
them. Jets will get
Patriots, are
second.
they bottom of the barrel there? or what?
Patriots are last. Patriots are fourth in that. That's a fucking hard
That
division.
is a-
Miami's
Why?
gonna
It
Why
be-
are
is.
people forgetting about Josh Allen
It's
in the
crazy.
offseason?
Because Joe Burrow is all of a sudden the talk of the town, and they've just forgotten that Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs crush every year.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well,
They still crush. They just made the playoffs. They lost a game in the playoffs. Like the year before with the Kansas City game, that was the nail biter until the last play of the game. They're right there. They're a play away from the Super Bowl. This team
Mhm.
is still very, very
I think
good.
it's because every single year they're so close, and then something happens, and they're like, they had their chance last year. They had their chance last
Yeah.
year.
People get
Like,
bored.
people
They want to
consistently
find
say
the new
that.
thing. You
Right.
know?
Yeah, they want a new toy.
Yeah.
Buffalo was like fun and shiny. Like, oh, we haven't played with this since the 90s. And
Yeah.
Mhm.
And the Achilles heel that always takes teams down, that happened to us for God knows how long, offensive line. And the Jets' offensive line is really bad, one of the worst in the league.
But for Aaron Rodgers, it doesn't matter.
When
Not
he
with
starts
all,
getting hit, he gets pissed. He gets pissy.
but
a
he's
little
got
prima
weapons
donna.
though.
He's got amazing weapons. He's
So,
stacked.
They're not. I just think that like he's gonna be able to get the ball out so fast
Yeah.
that the line's just not gonna matter.
Sometimes.
I think
you
it's
know.
really funny that the show has turned into like Vikings banter with the side of Aaron Rodgers.
Whatever.
Yeah, we like Rodgers.
You guys are just
Oh,
loving
he's, like,
Aaron
so
Rodgers
How
good.
long
now
have
that
we
he left the
wanted to
I know.
talk
He's a
about it?
stud.
you know?
So funny.
He's been the public enemy number one
Yeah.
for all this time.
Yeah.
Real quickly here, what do you guys think of the AFC North? So the one with the Steelers, Browns, Ravens, Bengals. What are your thoughts on those
One
on
of the
those
toughest
teams in
divisions.
that division? That one to me is the most intriguing one.
Why?
I'm really curious
Any
about
team can
Deshaun
win that.
Watson, how he looks, how
Sure.
Pickett looks, what's Lamar Jackson going to do this year, and then everyone's got Burrow being a potential MVP.
Well, I think
That'll be a
Harbaugh has
very fun one to
big-
watch.
I think Harbaugh has like a big question mark and like potential firing this season.
Ooh, John Harbaugh. Okay.
like that.
Yeah. I think he's been there for I mean,
Yeah.
besides like Belichick,
You
like
got a decade now.
yeah. Like you gotta start.
I think Ravens are at the bottom of the barrel in that division. I think the
Right.
Steelers, you can't count Tomlin out. He finds a way
No.
to make
Steelers
teams
can't-
care and fight, and they really improve that defense and they improve the O-line. I think they just get better. I don't think they're going to win the division. I don't think they have a shot at winning the division, but I think they're like a 9-win team who just spoils it for everyone else. I like the Browns a lot. I think they fight for the top. I think Joe Burrow's injury is enough to make it more even. If he was fully healthy and the team was ready to go, I think that's the clear-cut favorite. But I think they're all kind of in the middle right there, like 9 to 12 wins, with the Ravens being the odd man
And
out.
I feel like that's the division that they're gonna beat each other up so much
Yeah.
that they're actually gonna hurt each other's playoff
Yes.
chances. Because they're hard hitting. It's
Yeah.
gonna get messy. The quarterbacks they're kind of already fragile.
Playing in cold
Cold
weather.
weather.
And so I
Like
don't
that
I don't
hurts the
even think
body.
both of those
Outdoors.
quarterbacks like make it all the way through the season. Not saying like they get injured in like a difficult situation, but like where they're gonna miss some games
Yeah.
frequently, and that's gonna they're not gonna be carrying that deep into like
It's a
the
well-coached,
Decembers. No.
hard, gritty division. No, I don't want anything to do with that division. I'm very happy being in the pussy-ass division, NFC North, right now.
You know, the NFC is surprisingly weak. I'm looking at some of these teams, and none of them really like.
Which was
I look at
last
all
The
the sick
Niners
teams
are-
are all out of the AFC.
Still
Like,
got the
none of
Eagles,
these teams
the
impress me.
Cowboys.
Nothing in the NFC South impresses me. The
Yeah.
NFC West is a mess. It's really the NFC
Well,
is
the Niners
embarrassing
are
this
still
year.
nasty.
Yeah.
Well, that's what's good about being the NFC,
top
though,
heavy.
because you're not going to beat each other up so much that
Yeah, not
I
in our
actually think
division.
we're going to all have better legs going into
That's true.
the playoffs.
And we
Whoever
play
actually
indoors.
tweaks out of it.
Cold weather doesn't bother us. We're indoors in the rated #1 stadium in the NFL, mind
Which
you.
it is.
Of
Hello.
course.
And we've all been there, and it's
Number 1
100% accurate.
facilities, number 1 training staff, number 1 massages,
Number one jerseys,
free
number one
food,
helmet.
cafeteria. We do all that at TCL Performance Stadium. I loved it that we were number 1, like rated. Everyone said A+, A+, A+. That's so sick to see versus
Yeah.
a team like the Cardinals where you have to buy your food in the cafeteria as
They
a player.
do?
Like, oh my
Cardinals
god,
are pathetic. They have
Yeah. It's like, how's that going for you, Chris
soda
Boyd?
machines that you have to pay.
Shut up.
Yeah. Epic.
That's so
Yeah,
funny.
that's
After
so
fac-
that's
at-
like
in the
laughable.
fucking
You got to
facility.
buy your own food as an NFL player.
It is a good point to like trying to attract talent to Minnesota too,
Huge.
as well as like, hey, it's really fucking cold here, and we're a small market team. I actually don't really
Come
think
check out the
Minnesota's
stadium.
like Minnesota's or small market team, but like, hey, we have a great facilities. We have
Yeah.
great
We're not
culture.
Jacksonville.
We've got
It's still
great-
Yeah.
technically small market
Yeah.
when it comes to like your jersey sales, but you've never heard a player go there and say they didn't love the culture.
But we always have some sort of star talent. Like
True.
we've done such a good job. I mean, we're one of the highest win percentage teams. I think the highest to not have a Super Bowl, which is just
Right.
our luck.
Yeah.
But no, we always have star talent. You know, whether it's
Mhm.
AP or JJ. Like we keep. And I love Spielman, but good ownership, good GMs.
Yeah.
I've always appreciated what we've got,
Mhm.
and now the stadium's just incredible.
Yeah.
100%.
We're in the best position possible right now to attract good talent.
Yeah.
We actually have a core that we can believe in again. I didn't think I was going to feel that way after Spielman and Zim left.
Yeah.
But I
Right.
feel way better about anything that we've ever had this year when it comes to our core of coaches, GM, and
Mhm.
ownership. Like, we're in the right spot.
Big
And then-
cock energy.
Big cock
Oh, yeah,
energy,
cock's
that big
coming. The
KOC.
cock's coming. John and I actually had a little sidebar conversation the other day where we both came to the same conclusion about our
Whoa.
future.
Okay.
And
Yep. I was going to talk
Personally or
about
the
that. Go ahead,
It's
jump
a
in with that.
long stretch shot. A lot of things have to fall in place, but we're
Okay.
both confident that somehow next season the starting quarterback for the Minnesota Vikings is none other than 5'10" Kyler Murray.
Oh,
my
God.
God.
That's what's
Oh,
Why?
God. What do you guys think
I'll
of
tell
that?
you
Let's,
exactly
let's
why.
hear it, LJ.
Kirk's 35. They can't franchise tag him again.
No.
You know the guy wants
He goes to
money.
the Niners or
we
the
know that Kirk
Rams
is
So
or a
Kirk's
team like
gone.
that.
We get that.
We're not bad enough to get a top pick, so to get a quarterback. All this talent on the team, what are you going to do? Hand it over to a 3rd round, 4th round rookie?
No.
You're going to have to find a quarterback. What quarterbacks are available? Mostly none, except for one in shitty ass Arizona that's full tanking, harder than anything I've ever seen. They're going to get
So
a top
you bring in
quarterback.
Kyler Murray because
It's
he
gonna have to
can't
be a
say
trade.
shit about you developing quarterbacks beneath him.
He needs a team. He can't.
But-
he's not going to want to go to a shitty team that's
He's no
rebuilding.
longer a franchise quarterback, though.
I still think he is. He
But-
got hurt last
Oh my
year.
God.
He was
we're
out.
gonna get into the whole
He is.
realm of Christian Ponder. Don
Yeah.
No,
Knapp.
no,
We're gonna
no.
get into this like,
Christian
circle
Ponder.
again.
No,
No
in
talent.
my
Because
mind,
Kyler Murray might have the
Murray's
dumb
at
eyes.
a different level. He's highly underrated now. The
No,
people
and
have
disrespected
laughed
now.
and mocked the guy, but he's
He got
definitely
hurt.
no question in my mind extremely talented.
Yes.
The way he
Top
moves
10
around in the
quarterback, easy.
pocket is a thing of beauty.
We just
It's
don't need a
it's
quarterback. that's-
unbelievable how he
You got the
scoots
whole like
around.
short king shirts that would
to
have to
me,
be coming
under
out.
pressure,
It's like
he is like the guy for our team.
We would. Be
I could
so
see him
lucky to
doing
get him
so
next
well
year.
with
Sure.
Otherwise, we're
Jefferson.
fucked.
Big talks.
Otherwise,
yeah,
Otherwise,
not a bad shirt actually.
That's a good
yeah,
shirt.
exactly. You get a bad quarterback in there, and Justin Jefferson goes, "I don't want to fucking be here. You guys are tarnishing my legacy." Same shit that happened to Randy towards the end.
We
And he
would have
goes,
to cover
"All
it
right,
quick. Yeah.
Get me out of here. And you go, "What the hell do we do?"
Wait, who else is in the quarterback carousel next offseason?
Nobody really.
Is
no one
Lamar
good.
out? Is get,
No.
No, Lamar's signed for 5 years.
He's
signed.
Everyone's locked. All the
yeah.
top.
You're
guys
you're
are
looking at
locked.
like Geno Smith is going to be
Oh my
a
God,
free
no, no,
He's
no.
agent.
old already too.
Are you
Yeah,
out on him?
Bakers.
Are we out on Geno Smith? Yes.
Yes.
I am so out.
Yes.
We were 5
We were out
years
last
ago.
These are
everybody
real.
was
These
out.
are realistic options here, though. You know.
Okay, give us some realistic
he's-
carousel
Yeah,
options.
he signed for 2 years, so he'll.
Because
stick
Kirk's
around.
not going to be our quarterback.
No.
next
No,
year.
Kirk's got. Especially if we don't have. Look, if we have a 14-win season and we're amazing, you bring back Kirk for a year or two on an insane. It's going to be $50 million a year. Paying Kirk Cousins $50 million a year is just to kill yourself.
What
on
if
that.
Kirk has
He might
5,000
just
yards
retire,
and we
you know?
like somehow manage to like put him down in Arizona for their pick?
No. They're going to have the top pick. They're going to get Caleb Williams. They've got their future their future franchise quarterback wrapped up. Like, and they have
pencil
the
in
Texans pick, so
Arizona
even if
as
they
the
miss
number
it,
one pick.
it's one of
Okay,
those two.
like if you have, here's a bet for you guys. Arizona, worst record in the league. It's plus 330 right now. It might be down to plus 300, but Arizona is about
not
as
getting 2
bad
wins.
as it gets.
Yeah.
They are god
They're the
awful.
worst team
I've
I've
been
ever
watching
seen
the
on
clips
paper.
about Jonathan Gannon. It is
It's so
embarrassing. This coach is laughable.
So
It's
you guys think that
scary how
Kyler Murray
bad it
does
is.
not play at all this year then?
No, they're not going to play him one
Okay.
game. It's so counterintuitive.
No, so they're
going
going
to
to sit Kyler Murray out because they
Yeah.
must have him pass a physical in March.
They traded their backups. They cut their backups. They are down to a Josh Dobbs, who they just traded from the Browns after training camp. Like, this is the most masterful tanking. And rookie Clayton Tune. That's who is starting. I think they watched them and went, Dobbs is almost decent. Tune's awful. We're going with Tune.
But
This
couldn't
is
you?
insane.
So, but if a quarterback goes down this year, you could see them like trading Kyler mid-season for.
I think they've got to protect themselves and wait to guarantee that they get that top pick.
So he's not on the trading block yet.
No. Right now, it's Kyler Murray's our
it's a holding
quarterback in the press because they can't admit to tanking.
Is it illegal to tank?
Yes. Yeah, you can't admit to it. You have to be competitive.
You've got to be competitive. He sits on the pup all year. He's going to be holding a clipboard. He might not even be at games, and they want him to pass that physical in March, so he doesn't have the next 2 or 3 guaranteed. Is that right, Luke?
He's ready to go now. That? Like physically, he looks like he's ready to play. I think they're just going to figure out how to pay him.
If there's literally a team willing to ruin an entire year, to make sure they no longer have to deal with this guy. No. Why do you think that he's a good quarterback for us?
Because I've seen him play. He's talented. Look, he's an idiot. They had a stipulation in his contract that said he had to spend a certain amount of hours per week studying. The fact that you are not self-motivated as a leader is scary. But
he's Minnesota's next franchise quarterback.
But he still was that talented and was so good. Having not done any of that stuff, like that's just the bare minimum talent.
Get him to...
I think a year of being disgraced and being benched and then being traded away for a rookie who's never played, that's something that wakes you up in your mind and goes, what the fuck is this? I'm still that guy. Like, he still had to play his ass off. Like, he was drafted to the Yankees in baseball.
That's true.
Or Yankees or Texas. Might have been, no, sorry. He was drafted to the A's, the Oakland A's.
A's, yeah.
Yeah, Oakland A's, he was drafted in baseball and said, I want to go back and play one more year of football. Won Heisman and went number 1 overall. Like, that's not an easy feat. Like, you are that good of an athlete and a quarterback. So the kid has the dog in him. I don't know what the fuck happened in Arizona where nobody can motivate him to play hard. But the kid's talented, and it's a lack of availability for us next year.
And he went from a top 10 quarterback to a horrible quarterback within like really 2 years, right?
Yeah, one quick year of very good to what the fuck is this? But I think it was situational.
He'll benefit with a change in scenery. He scoots around like it's like a Johnny Manziel when he was at A&M, and I hate to compare Johnny Manziel with him, but that's what it feels like. It's
similar.
Like that.
It's the height,
slick.
look, and style. Yeah,
he's a smooth operator. His release is effortless. He's got the arm strength. It's fun to watch. I'm a big Murray fan. I have been for a while. I just think a change of scenery would benefit the guy immensely.
And getting the best
gotten
receiver
real
in the NFL.
sour in Arizona.
Let's not forget what he's coming to. It's not like he's going to the fucking Raiders. Actually, the Raiders have one of the best receivers in the NFL too. He's not going to who's a really shitty team, Atlanta Falcons.
Yeah.
He's coming to the best receiver in the NFL. Great offensive line, indoors, Hawk, Addison,
Yeah.
The cock is coming to town.
I love it.
I'm just going to milk this cock. Jesus
God.
Christ.
Yeah.
We're going to milk this cock all season.
Oh, dude.
That's our
we gotta get
hashtag.
That big KOC.
That big KOC.
Mhm.
Having said that, I have us finishing second in the division.
With a wild card?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
What do you
At
got?
least
9
wild
and 8
card.
for us, or
I got
what's,
9 and
what's
8.
the move?
I got 9
I
and
think
8.
we're
Finishing behind Detroit.
No. I
Chicago.
think Detroit sucks. I think Chicago makes the
Wow.
big leap. Because
I think
also
we're better
due
than
to
most
their
people think,
shitty schedule. They have the easiest schedule I've ever seen.
Okay. I want you guys during the Thursday Night Football to be on Instagram Live too, like certain points.
Just to laugh at the Lions.
Yeah, I want like the Lions.
I hope
reactions.
Kelsey plays. I want them to get the full taste. I hope Chris Jones plays. I hope Kelsey plays, and they get the full Andy Reid experience because we're gonna get it later in the season. We still got to play KC.
I love it how people think that
here's
the
the thing,
fact that
even
Kelsey's
if-
even
even
like
if the Lions
minorly
beat
hurt, it
Kansas-
matters to him.
Yeah, exactly. Say it again.
No, I'm sorry. You have to talk over you.
No, we're
I'm
listening
sorry
to you.
if even if the Lions beat Kansas City, you have to realize it's still
They won't.
week 1. Like, everyone pump the brakes. I have some friends that don't even watch NFL till week 8. So you have to understand, like, early in the season,
Who?
guys do
Yeah,
not
who
get
doesn't
too
watch
high
NFL till week
or
8?
too
Everybody.
low.
Sounds like snake
People get
draft.
people get so reactive after week 1. It is unbelievable. So let's understand that.
Well, the Lions
And, like,
didn't start watching football last year until
Yeah,
week
that's
8 because
true.
they started like 1-7
Yeah.
and ended no. So
That's right. Yeah,
They
you make a
fucking-
good point there. It's teams don't really gel until middle of this, like later week 6,
Yeah, but
7, or
look,
8.
Yeah,
So
the
just
Chiefs aren't
keep
going to
that in
really
mind, you
gel till
guys.
week 8.
Yeah.
That's not going to happen.
No, Chiefs will be fine. Lions are the. I don't see the Lions winning this. Even if they keep it close, I think it's one of those where like they like strike early and the Chiefs are like, oh shit, we're celebrating our Super Bowl from last year. Andy Reid with 1 week preparation. I think he's undefeated coming off a bye week in his career. Imagine giving him a month of preparation for one team. He's not coming out with like, oh, we don't really care. They want to kill people.
And I swear the Lions have some like weird off-season PR because they always do this
insane.
where it's like, this is like we're really good
Yeah.
this year.
And-
And the Vikings like have
Yeah.
horrible off-season PR because
Yeah.
we go. No one talks about us
No.
all off-season
Yeah.
ever, and that doesn't mean we're good or bad. They just don't. They don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
And the Lions, like year after year, it's like I feel bad because I have some cousins that are friends of theirs, like are Lions fans, and they get so happy.
Yeah.
They just every year
I
after
have some,
year.
I
it's
have
like,
some Lions fans. They're like, oh, what do you think about us this year? I'm like, I think you still fucking suck.
Yeah.
What do you mean? Just close your eye. Like I don't have to look at the roster. You guys just fuck it up. Like we fuck it up in the playoffs. You fuck it up in the regular season.
right,
Yeah.
early and often with them.
Yeah. Jared Goff. How many quarterbacks have they tried to sign this summer? They drafted Hendon Hooker. Then they picked up Teddy Bridgewater, who is the ultimate Chesh of a starting quarterback. Any team he goes to, the starting quarterback dies.
journeyman
So,
plumber. Yeah.
Jared Goff is dead. And then they were in the hunting for I forgot who it was. They were trying to pick up another quarterback. It's like, how many quarterbacks do you want to just tell Jared Goff, we don't like you?
Well, and it's like, dude, they had Stafford forever.
Yeah.
And they're always like, we're just missing one piece. It's like, dude, you had a piece.
And then
That
Stafford
is
went and won a
winning
Super
piece.
Bowl his first
Yes.
year.
So stop it.
Yeah, exactly. And you lost both running backs. Now you got a new running back in town, or
And they
two new
have,
running
like,
backs
a
in
ton of
town.
those suspensions.
You've got
Your
Jameson Williams
receivers
suspended, a bunch of other
your
kids
top
suspended.
receiver,
Like
yeah, Jameson
you
Williams
lost
is
T.J.
not having a good
Hawkinson.
start.
You got a rookie in tight end. Get the fuck out
Yeah,
of
I
here.
like
it.
Hawk. That's crazy.
Yeah,
That was fun.
yeah.
All right, guys.
Enough.
Vikings banter.
Yeah, we're out of here. Tell us how you feel about it in the comments. If you hate Luke's opinion, Sweet's
will be
opinion,
sure to
my
respond.
opinion, Katia's opinion,
Let's hear it,
let's
yeah.
banter and fight in the comments a little bit. Subscribe, and then we are out.
Yeah,
You're gonna see us week after week here for Vikings banter. Skol, baby.
we're back.
Milk the cock.
The big old KOC.